Hey everybody, this is Josie Moon here with Mighty Moon Medicine, and today I'm going to be talking to you about fire cider. So many of you, I'm sure, have heard of fire cider. It's everywhere as of late, and it was reintroduced to our society by Rosemary Gladstar, one of the leading herbalists of our time. Although I have no doubt that our ancestors long ago made some kind of tonic such as this. But yes, it was definitely Rosemary that recoined it and brought it back into our awareness. So thank you, Rosemary Gladstar, because this is an amazing, amazing thing to make. You can make it at home. It's very easy. And you can make so many different types of, so many different ways of doing it. There's lots of ingredients you can add. So what it is a very potent tonic to ward off colds, flus, viruses, perfect for this time of year coming into winter, perfect for COVID and the pandemic. It is just a powerhouse of medicinal plant allies to keep you healthy and strong. So it's also very energizing. So what is in a fire cider? So the menstruum, the solvent in here is apple cider vinegar. You can use Bragg's. Bragg's is an amazing apple cider vinegar to use as long as it's organic and you want it to be raw and unfiltered. This one I used is from my uncle. My grandmother has a beautiful apple orchard in upstate New York, and my Uncle Mike always makes apple cider, and he does apple cider vinegar. So he gave me this whole gallon worth of amazing homemade cider vinegar. And then I just chopped up all of my ingredients. So traditionally, fire cider's got horseradish, it's got ginger, it's got garlic, it's got onions, it's got cayenne, and it's got honey. So all of those different properties you want in this tonic. So make sure that those are your bare bone ingredients. So the horseradish, it's gonna be spicy. It combats congestion and headaches, coughs, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, achy joints, nerve pain. It's pretty amazing, horseradish. Ginger, here I've got my fire cider sign that I was using this summer at the farmers markets I was attending and selling my fire cider. So a little reference. Ginger, as we know, is very warming. It aids in digestion. It has an amazing flavor. Can't really go wrong with ginger. And root. Use the root rather than the powder, the fresh ginger root. Garlic. Can't possibly have enough garlic. Combats colds, flus. It is antimicrobial. It's got antibacterial properties. It produces a heat in your body that will lower cholesterol. Onions. Onions fight cold and flus as well. And cayenne to taste, if it's depending on how spicy you like it, but the spicier, the better-ish. Cayenne is an excellent cardiovascular herb. It helps the immune system in moving your blood around and getting your blood flow, which we need in these cold months. And then honey. Honey, not only does it taste amazing, it soothes inflamed tissues in our bodies and organs. And it also serves as the tonic's harmonizer. So it blends all the flavors of the fire cider to make it palatable for your taste buds. So those are the basics in fire cider making. However, you can branch out. You can get so creative with fire cider tonics. In fact, there's a book that Rosemary Gladstar put together of all different fire ciders from around the country, maybe even the world. And it's beautiful. It has all the recipes. So what I did, this color makes it a little bit more golden because I added fresh turmeric root. Yeah. Turmeric, incredible medicine, anti-inflammatory. I also added some rosemary. I added some sage. I'll shake it up a little bit. I've got the top open, so I don't want to shake it too much. And then I added hawthorn berries because I just love my hawthorn so much, heart medicine. So this is a really smooth fire cider. It came out to be, it's not quite, doesn't have as much of a kick. And I'm thinking it's because of the sage and the thyme. I think that like those grounding properties of the sage and the thyme kind of mellowed out the tonic. But yeah, so you just gather all your ingredients. You want to chop them as thinly and small as possible. Even the ginger is good to grate because ginger root is so tough that to really pull out the medicinal properties, you want to create the most surface area possible. Um, so to grate it is the best. So I would recommend a I would recommend either a larger strainer. Look, I have a little rubber band keeping this on because I can't find my big strainer right now. But a bigger strainer that's a little bit more stable and or cheesecloth. Cheesecloth works great. So you just start to strain your fire cider. And honestly, what I've been doing is straining off, since I have a big batch, I have a gallon. What I've been doing is straining off, this much at a time or a smaller jar, and then just making sure that making sure that the pulp, so to speak, is covered. And I can keep this macerating. I can let this sit even longer. So again, you want to make sure that the vinegar content is raised enough where all of the plant matter is covered, because otherwise you might be inviting some mold or yeast and bacteria if there's too much air on the plant matter, and that goes for tincturing as well, but that's another story. So there you have it, beautiful fire cider. I'm gonna add this back in. And when do I take my fire cider? I take my fire cider, I'll just take a shot of it. This one I can actually sip because it's gentle enough. It's good in tea, like a chamomile tea. But yeah, just like about a shot, but you can gauge whatever you feel like you need because you are your own healer. What else? In seltzer. It's delicious in seltzer because it adds a little carbonation and it becomes like a little elixir. And you can add honey to taste. If you want it sweeter, you can make it sweeter. So that's it. Thanks for checking out my little fire cider story.